why she hasn't done an interview? Because she's not smart. She's not intelligent. Kamala, you're fired. Get out of here. Go.
If you think there's a real competition between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, you're mistaken. The race is practically decided. Let's start at the beginning. Who were Trump's opponents? First, it was Joe Biden, then Kamala Harris after Biden stepped back. This is the first sign of their uncertainty and anxiety. The more important part, however, is that Kamala Harris was essentially the acting president of the United States over the past 4 years and accomplished almost nothing. She was the one truly responsible for issues like the border crisis, economic problems, and rising prices, yet we saw little to no effective action from her or Biden. Their approach to every situation, from handling the Ukraine-Russia conflict to the war in Palestine and pouring billions of taxpayer dollars into supporting Israel, was utterly foolish. These decisions have clearly and directly impacted the American people. But if you look at Trump's first term, things were better, even though he faced numerous challenges, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Trump had a firm grip on the situation. He just needed more time.
We don't have borders anymore. Every state is now a border. And because of his ridiculous, insane migrant crime, I call it Biden migrant crime. They're killing our citizens at a level that we've never seen before.
During his tenure, the border wasn't a crisis. How can a sitting president not secure the borders of his own country? What we have now is pure chaos, all under Biden and Harris's watch. It's sheer stupidity to try the same thing twice and expect different results. I believe that when Trump returns, he has the capability to end the Ukraine-Russia conflict and bring calm to Palestine, not like this old man who can barely speak, or Harris, who wants to appear as the country's savior. It's all a charade. If she really intended to do something, she would have done it by now. And the most critical event that fate intervened in was the assassination attempt on Trump. Fortunately, he survived, paving his way to the presidency. Now, when Trump takes office again, don't expect it to be anything like his first term. This time will be completely different. However, some people will be in a tough spot with his return. During his previous term, U.S.-China relations were clearly tense, and these tensions are likely to increase. Trump has already stated his intention to impose tariffs on Chinese exports, which will put significant pressure on major Chinese companies in American markets. If a company sells a product for $100 and makes a $50 profit, that could shrink to $40 or less under his policies. This is the tax hike policy that Chinese companies fear, forcing them to seek alternative markets to offset their losses. On another front, Iran is also wary of Trump. Let's not forget what happened in 2015 when Obama signed the nuclear deal with Iran.
A comprehensive long-term deal with Iran that will prevent it from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
But in 2018, Trump withdrew the United States from the deal, calling it the worst agreement in history.
The United States will withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal.
This decision marked a turning point in escalating tensions. Following that, Trump imposed harsh economic sanctions on Iran, and if he returns to office, he'll have his sights set on Iran once more. Iran's nuclear capabilities pose a significant threat, and Trump will likely increase the pressure even further. On the Russian side, things are heating up as well. Vladimir Putin recently expressed his support for Kamala Harris, which left Trump utterly shocked.
He endorsed Kamala. I was very offended by that.
Putin believes she would be better for Russia than Trump, who during his first term imposed sanctions and tariffs on Russia unlike anything seen before. In response, Trump claimed that if he had been president, Russia wouldn't have been able to wage its war against Ukraine. And in a bold statement, Trump vowed to end the Russia-Ukraine war even before he takes office again.
We'll have that war finished and done and settled before I get to the White House as president-elect. I will get that done.
Trump is expected to zero in on certain groups right after his victory. First up, undocumented immigrants who crossed into the U.S. through the Mexican border during Biden's term. Trump has already announced that he plans to deport all of them. But let's be real, how is he going to deport 1.4 million undocumented immigrants? This is just the official estimate, and the real number is likely much higher. It's an impossible task, plain and simple. However, he does plan to finally resolve the border crisis by completing the wall he started during his first term. In short, Trump aims to crack down on immigration and will thoroughly review asylum cases. The second group on his radar? The LGBTQ+ community, specifically in the military. Trump has made it clear that there will be no room for LGBTQ+ individuals in the U.S. military, stating that they should figure out their gender issues before worrying about the country's problems. He's been vocal before, saying that there are only two genders, male and female. There's also talk of eliminating any mention of LGBTQ+ topics from school curricula. And the biggest groups that could be seriously impacted by Trump's comeback are his political rivals, especially the Democrats. During his first term, we saw intense showdowns between Trump and Democratic leaders like Nancy Pelosi, who was the Speaker of the House. Trump faced major pushback from the Democrats on nearly every move he made, from impeachment hearings to his policies both at home and abroad. If he makes a return, it's almost guaranteed these clashes will fire up again, cranking up the political drama in D.C. But it's not just the Democrats. Some Republicans are also likely to be unsettled by his return. Even though Trump still has a strong grip on his base, there are Republicans in Congress who aren't thrilled with how he's shaped the party. Think of people like Senator Mitt Romney, one of his harshest critics. These Republicans are worried that Trump's return could cause deeper rifts in the party, maybe even costing them key states in upcoming elections. We've already seen how Trump's presence split the GOP, especially with the way some Republicans responded to his impeachment after the Capitol riot in January 2021. We must consider that Trump might see this as his final term, and he will literally do everything in his power. Don't forget to put like, subscribe, and I would like to know your opinion in comments.